Hey sis, and welcome back to Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing, where we heal from heartbreak God's way. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited to be back with you guys. I took a couple of weeks off because I needed it. And so, I don't always plan out breaks, which I should do a better job of that. But I decided that it was time for me to take a little break this summer, and so I did. So thank you for being patient with me. And if you were on my email list or in the Facebook group, I did let you guys know that I was taking a few weeks off, but I'm back like I never left. And so we're picking up with our Short Talk Tuesday episodes, and we will be doing these Short Talk Tuesday episodes through August. So if you have a topic you would like me to cover, be sure to email me at contact@candiceabettis.com. So, all right, you're going to hear some noise in the background today, y'all, because it's just extra hot. I live in South Louisiana, and I'm running extra air, and I'm doing some extra things, all right? Extra. So you will hear noise in the background, and I apologize, all right? So today we're talking about the big mistake that single Christian women are making in their relationships off the bat, way too early. Just the biggest mistake, I think. And I'm saying this as a woman, from a woman who has experience with making this mistake, but also what I see many of you doing, and you regret it after the fact. And what a lot of you are doing is that, it's the fact that a lot of you want to be married, right? But you fall into this trap of acting like a wife in the dating phase. And that is a big mistake. There's so many things that you guys do to let men know that you're going to be a good wife, but it's the wrong things, y'all. It's the wrong things. So we're going to jump into what some of these things are on today. So some of these things, and let's just start with the big one, right? This is the big one that people seem to think will say, oh no, I'm going to let him know. He don't need to go nowhere. I got it. Sleeping with that man, having sex with him in the relationship. You think that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? You think that's letting him know that you're going to be a good wife. You're not going to deny him. You got the goods. You can do whatever, this, that, and the other. We ain't going to get all into the technicalities of it. But sis, that is not the way, all right? And we're going to get into other things as well. Matter of fact, let's just jump into it. But I wanted to talk about that one first because that tends to be the one thing that women want to start off with, giving it away way too soon. Of course, as Christian women, we know we should be waiting till marriage, but many of us don't. And yes, I said us because I didn't either, and I wish I would have. I was kind of close, but I wish I wouldn't have done that. But whenever you're single and there's so much pressure out there, and I get it, like you think that is the way to keep the man. And if that is the way that you think you have to keep the man, or if the man tries to tell you that that's the way to keep him, then that's not the man for you. So here's some other things that women find themselves doing that, they think shows the man that they're going to be a good wife. All right. And so we talked about having sex, but also you might be out there cooking for him regularly, cleaning his house, giving him money or paying a bill or two. You might be taking care of his kids. And some of you are even out here submitting to your boyfriend. Sis, God never called you to do that. He did not call you to submit to your boyfriend. He called you to submit to your husband. And you're like, oh, what's the difference if I think this is going to be my husband? The difference is he's not your husband. All right. He's not your husband until y'all enter into that covenant relationship with each other. He can walk away at any time, sis. So God did not call you to submit to that man, and especially not in this season when you're not a wife. So these are all things women find themselves doing. And, you might think that's what people do in relationships, right? We do these types of things, but I say wrong, okay? I'm not saying you never cook for a person or something like that, but when you're cooking all the time, regularly, just because you think that's gonna, the saying, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach kind of thing, and you try to show him that you're gonna be a good wife, sis, that's not the way, all right? And so, this is no judgment, because like I said, I've done some of these things as well. Cooking was definitely a part of what I thought was going to show that I would be a good wife, right? But that's not the way. And I have done, different things and in these relationships, and it didn't lead to marriage. So if you're dating for fun, then just have fun. But if you're courting with marriage in mind, you are getting to know the person, sis, to see whether or not this is a person that you want to do life with, okay? And the same for them. They should be getting to know you to see if they want to do life with you. So know that not doing certain things until you're married is not like a manipulation tactic or anything like that, because people try to use that against you, right? But it's a boundary. It's a boundary that you want to wait until marriage to do certain things. And some men may try to manipulate you into doing these things for them to show that, to show your love for them or your loyalty to them, to see if they want to be married to you. But again, those examples that I listed or anything of the sort, anything like that, that's not the way, sis, to show. So I'm going to say, don't fear that he will leave you, if you're not engaging in these types of things, right? If he leaves because you're not acting like a wife, and I'm using air quotes, acting like a wife, then he's not the man you want to marry, because acting like a wife and being a wife is completely different. And you don't want to start acting like that until you are that, right? And then you won't be acting. You will just be living out the role in which that you've just stepped into. You are just walking out being a wife. You're not acting. You will just be being. So, you don't have to fear that. Again, if he has a problem with that, then that's not the man you want to marry. So think about it. If you're already doing everything a wife is doing, or a wife would do, why would he marry you? That happens a lot too. He can get everything he wants from you with no commitment and no responsibility. He can keep his options open and leave whenever he gets ready. So why would he tie himself down if he's that kind of man? And imagine, how long have you been in this relationship? How long have you been in the back and forth? And how long have you been wanting to get married, but he didn't? How many relationships have you been in like that? And again, you may not be in a relationship right now, but when you come to the next relationship, I want you to think about this, sis. I want you to have this in mind, that you're not going to do this time, because you may have done it before in the previous relationship or relationships, multiple. You may have done this, and I don't want you to do it again. So this is why we're talking about it, because as you move forward, you will eventually enter into another relationship, and I want you to have the right frame of mind when you do. So, how do you show him you're a wife, that you're marriage material, without going all in with these other things? Sis, it's your character. It's your character and your personality. Okay, he should be interested in that. Do you have the character of a wife? Do you have the type of personality that gels well with his personality, or a person that he desires to be in a relationship or married to? You shouldn't try to be someone that you're not. So reflect on your past relationships. Were you acting like a wife when you weren't a wife? And if you're listening to me, it's obviously that relationship did not lead to marriage. It did not lead to your desired outcome. So again, when you re-enter this dating world, I want you to keep this in mind. You show your value through your character, through your personality, not what you can do for him. Okay. And so, show him that, if you're a Christian woman, you should want a Christian man. So show him that you're devoted to God, right? That you're submitted to him. Show him that you're a woman of integrity. Show him that you are powerful. Show, whatever personality you have. Is it funny? Is it authoritative? Is it easygoing? Are you rigid? Whatever it is, show him the true you, and let him decide for himself if you are the woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. All right. So I hope this is helpful to you. And as you're going through all of this, I know you might have some identity issues. I know that you may still be dealing with the heartbreak, and maybe you're not ready to date yet. But in order to get yourself there, sis, remember that you have to heal first. So go ahead, sis, if you have not enrolled in my Grieving the Living course, I have a link for you in the show notes to enroll right now. And when you do, you can get a 20% discount by using the discount code podcast20 at checkout for 20% off of the course today. All right. So enroll, go through the grieving processes, process your emotions, process your thoughts, get over this guy, let him go so that you can move on to what you have next and to the next phase of your life. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye, sis.